It's 7:15 and nobody has joined. Uh, as it is the last session, we'll wait for 15 more minutes. If nobody joins on or before 7:30 p.m., then we'll start. We'll record the session and upload accordingly. So it is 7:30 past. Nobody has joined yet. I think we should start our session now. As it will be non-interactive due to zero participation, so that's why it will take the time that will be taken in this class will be lesser than the other sessions. So it will be over almost within 1 hour, 1 hour or 1.5 or so. Okay, so yeah, let's start for today's session. Let me share my screen. Okay, so nobody else has joined. Hopefully, I am loud and clear, and my screen is visible to the other side, but nobody is there to confirm. So we can start. Yeah. So okay, my name is Shudanu Sadhukhan. I am a teaching assistant and a PMRF student. of NPTEL course code AR18. I am a PhD student at IIT Bombay. I welcome you all in the last interactive session, that is week 12's of NPTEL course title Urban Utilities Planning, Water Supply, Sanitation and Drainage, offered by course instructor Dr. Debapratim Pandit, who is a professor of IIT Kharagpur at the Department of Architecture and Regional Planning, from where the course code AR18 actually came into the picture. Now, where are we? We are at the last week, that is the 12th week. Today is October 13th, and today is Vijaya Dashami or Dasera. So, may the festival of Happy Dasera and Vijaya Dashami fill your life with joy, prosperity, and the victory of good over evil. I wish you all a happy Dasera and Shubho Vijaya Dashami. So the exam is in the corner. The exam that will be occurred for this course, year 18, it will be in online mode. It will not be pen paper based. So for those of you who are asking about what will be the material that you will study for the examination, that will be entirely covered from whatever the lecture material that has been covered by Dr. Pradeep Pandit sir in his regular sessions. And also you have to study all the assignments and all the assignment questions and all of the uh, problems or MCQs or MSQs or fill in the blanks, whatever, or column matching, all of them, those which are discussed in these weekly live interactive sessions. So all of the sessions material you have to study, and all of the assignments you have to study. As it will be an online examination, so no detailed uh, that means detailed writing problem will be there. Maybe one or two may be there, but it will for studying that thing, studying any book or something is not required that much. But yes, for your understanding you can always refer to any book which is suggested in your NPTEL portal or SWAYAM portal. It is available there. You can refer to that for deeper understanding of the subject. But all the examinations questions will be coming from the lecture material that SAD has covered in his sessions, and all of the lively interactive sessions that we teaching assistants are covering, NPTEL are covering, and all the assignment questions. So these three are more than sufficient for your upcoming computer-based examination. Okay. So all the best of luck for your upcoming exam. Uh, let me check whether any questions has been asked in the Swayam portal or not. Because today is the last session, so we'll be seeing whether there is any doubt in the discussion forum or not. That we will be seeing. Population in question is 30,000, whereas population taken in solution is 50,000. Assignment number 9, question number 15. So that we will check. Yes. So question number population in the question number 15, the population of locality is given as 30,000 in the solution. Sorry, in the question. Now let's check the solution. 230, that is the liters per day per capita is being multiplied by 50,000. Yeah. So yeah, it is not correct. It should not be 50,000. If we convert it into liters per second, it is liters per day per capita. So yeah, let's calculate it. So 50,000 into 230 divided by 3600 equals to this much, divided by 24 equals to, it comes out to be 133.1, which is wrong, because in the question the population is given as 30,000. So there is a printing mistake there, so it should be 30,000, then the calculation will come correct. So it will be, yes, 1.5 of that thing. So yeah, if we divide this thing with 50,000 multiplied by 30,000, that means 3/5 of 133 basically. How much will be coming into the picture? Let's see. So yeah, almost 80. So around 80 into 1.5, that means 80 plus 40, which is approximately equals to 120 liters per second. That means 0.12 cubic meter per second. That will be the correct maximum discharge value Q. And the all the other things will be calculated accordingly. So the student who is asking this, who has raised this question in the discussion forum, has identified it correctly. So there is a wrong in the solution that is provided from our side. Yeah. So yeah. So the questions that has been raised, our team will try to answer the query. But yeah, as per my observation, the solution that is provided for the question number 15 of assignment number 9, that will be, that is your not that is not correct. So yeah, it should be rectified considering 30,000 as the population, or otherwise the question must be modified as 50,000. Any one way. This has been resolved. Someone else asked regarding which type of questions will be asked. So that will be mostly short questions because it is an online exam. So mostly fill in the blanks, MSQ, MCQ, uh, and short problems will be asked in the question. Okay. Now let's start our today's session. Hopefully the recording is going on. Yeah, recording is going fine. So today is Vijay Dashami, and the last session of the water supply sanitation and drainage course AR18. So we'll start the last session with a very interesting problem today. The problem is as follows. determining the number of days the collected rainwater is adequate for a building's usage, where the average monthly rainfall is 120 millimeter. A household of 3 with an average daily consumption of 150 LPCD practices a habit of collecting rainwater from the roof area of 700 square meter. You have to calculate the number of days. Average monthly rainfall is given as 120 millimeter. Roof area is given as 700 square meter. If you multiply this 120 millimeter with 700 square meter, you will get monthly rainfall in meter cube or cubic meter. Okay. Now, average daily consumption is given as 150 liters per capita per day. The number of members in the household is given as 3. So if you multiply these two, you will get 450, 150 into 3 equals to 450 liters per day. So per capita will go out. 450 liters per day is the average daily consumption for the entire household. Now, this 120 into 700 divided by 1000, obviously, because it is in millimeter. So this many cubic meter and this many liters per day, you have to bring them in similar units and compare in order to get this number of days. Okay. Hint is, consider a situation of zero storage loss, and you have to get the number of days answer, that is up to 2 decimal points. Okay. So if you consider zero storage loss by evaporation or leakage or by whatever means, then the solution of the problem will be as follows. So first, the data given as monthly rainfall 120 millimeter. Now annual rainfall will be 120 millimeter into 12. That means 1440 millimeter. Now if you convert this millimeter into meter, you will get 1.44 meters. Total volume of rainfall collected annually will be equals to roof area into annual rainfall. Okay. So roof area is given in the question as 700 square meter into this 1.44 meter annual rainfall you have just calculated. So if you multiply these two, you will get 1008 cubic meters, which is equals to this many into 1000. That means 10 lakhs and 8000 liters. Now daily water consumption will be equals to average daily demand into household size. That means 150 LPCD into 3. That means 450 LPD liters per day. The detailed solution will be number of days the water can be used will be equals to total volume of the rainfall collected annually divided by daily water consumption. So total volume of rainfall collected annually we have calculated as 10 lakhs and 8000 liters, that we have put in the numerator, divided by 450 LPD that we have put in the denominator, that is the daily water consumption. Okay. Now, which is equals to 2240 days, which is more than 6 years. So if you see the question again, uh, so they are asking about the number of days. So number of days will be 2440, but the collected rainwater is adequate for a building's usage. So it is adequate for more than 4 years. So whatever rainfall you collect in a single year, that rainfall you can use for more than 6 years. That is sufficient for usage of more than 6 years. Okay. Now there is an assumption that this rainfall is happening throughout the entire year, right? This how much? This your, yeah, 1.44 meter. But what will happen that this 120 millimeter monthly average rainfall will not happen throughout the year. It will happen maybe a couple of months in the entire year. So that means for to collect this many liters of water, 10 lakhs of water, 10 lakhs liters of water, you will require 6 entire years, maybe. Yeah, because it's an annual rainfall, and this many 1.44 meter is happening for a couple of months. This 120 millimeter is happening for a couple of months. So to arrive at this value, it may so happen that you will require 6 entire years. That means, which is equals to that data we have calculated. That means 2 months, within a 2 months rainfall, whatever water you can collect from rainwater harvesting, that you can use throughout your entire year. That is the idea. So the assumptions that are given in this question, that you are using to calculate the data that you have correctly arrived at. But the idea of this problem is that the idea is to give you or make you understand the importance of rainwater harvesting. Okay, for household purposes, obviously. So if rainwater is properly harvested, it may so happen that the uh, time and energy and money that goes into waste by public authorities like municipal water supply corporations, they will be almost nullified by the water collected from the rainfall. Okay, so it's a very important thing for as a source of water. So rainwater is a very important source of water and economical also. Now we will move on to our next MCQ, which is a multiple choice question. So one answer will be correct. In the artificial method of sewage treatment, which one of the following is used for the separation of the settled slime after aerations? So the settled slime also includes microorganism that you have to keep in mind while answering the questions. Now the options are: option A is primary clarifiers, option B is biological processes, option C is digestion tanks, and option D is secondary clarifiers. Which one of them is used for the separation of the settled slime after aeration in the artificial method of sewage treatment? Now the answer is secondary clarifiers are used for the separation of the settled slime, including microorganisms after aeration. So option D, secondary clarifiers, is the correct option. Okay, we'll move on to our next MCQ or multiple choice question. Single option will be correct. Which one of the following is not suitable for the modeling of overland flow? Option A is one-dimensional hydraulic modeling. Option B is GIS. Option C is Flow 2D Pro, and option D is Mic Urban. So option C is two-dimensional. Option D is Mic Urban. Which one of the following is not suitable for the modeling of overland flow? Now the correct answer is option A, that is 1D hydraulic modeling. The other three things, that is GIS, Flow 2D Pro, and Mic Urban, all the three are suitable for the modeling of overland flow. Okay. Now we'll move on to our next MCQ. Today, all of the questions are MCQs basically. There is no MSQ. So no options in no question more than one option will be correct. So only one option will be correct in all of the questions, all of the single answer type questions. Otherwise, there will be there was one problem at the beginning. There will be certain column matchings also. At the later portion, we will see. So yeah, let us carry on. So the process of removing oils and grease from sewage is called as option A is grit removal, option B is screening, option C is skimming, and option D is sedimentation. The process of removing oils and grease from sewage is called as what? Okay, so let's move on to the answer. Floating materials such as oil, grease, etc. are removed from the sewage by skimming tanks, and the process is known as skimming. So option C is the correct option. Now we'll move on to our next MCQ. Which one of the following is a source inundation algorithm? Which one of the following is a source inundation algorithm in the basic approach of SWMM, which is stormwater management model? Option A is inundation based on surface elevation. Option B is flood elevation. Option C is regional connectivity and terrain hindrance. And option D is flow direction. Yeah. So the answer is regional connectivity and terrain hindrance is a source inundation algorithm in the basic approach of stormwater management model. Okay. So let's move on to our next MCQ. Which one of the following statements is false regarding the primary clarifiers in the process of sedimentation? Options are removes chemical flux, removes organic solids, removes bioflocculated solids, and removes inorganic suspended solids. The answer is primary classifier removes inorganic suspended solids and or grids organic and residual inorganic solids, free oils and grease, and other floating materials and or chemical flux produced during chemical coagulations and flocculations. So option R, that is the third option, is false regarding primary clarifiers in the process of sedimentation. Biofactorated solids cannot be removed. All of the other three options, chemical flux, organic solids, and inorganic suspended solids, all of them can be removed in the process of sedimentation within primary clarifiers. But during sedimentation, biofactorated solids cannot be removed in primary clarifier. Okay. So our next question is, match the type of floodings with their causes of occurrences. So in the left hand column, three different flooding types are provided, and in the right hand column, three different causes of occurrences are provided. So the flooding types are fluvial flooding, coastal flooding, pluvial flooding, and the different types of causes are storm surge, heavy rainfall events, and river overflows its banks. Now the correct answer is 3, 1, 2. This is the correct order. So number 3, where river overflows its banks, it is called as fluvial flooding. Storm surge is the cause of coastal flooding. And the second option, that is heavy rainfall events, is the cause of pluvial flooding. Okay. So let's move on to what? Next MCQ. In the trickling filters under the attached growth systems, as the sewage moves through the filter media, which one of the below is formed that absorbs the organic material in sewage? In the trickling filters under the attached growth systems, as the sewage moves through the filter media, which one of the below is formed that absorbs the organic material in sewage? Option A is biological slime. Option B is biosludge. Option C is biological solid. And option D is biogas. Which one of them is formed to absorb the organic material in sewage in case of trickling filters under the attached growth system? Okay. Now the correct option is option A. As the sewage moves through the trickling filter media, biological slime is formed that absorbs organic material in sewage. Okay. Now let's move on to what? Next MCQ. In the process of flood modeling using river analysis software or RSS of Hydrologic Engineering Center or HEC Davis, California, geometric and hydraulic properties of two-dimensional cells are developed using which one of the following models? Option A is flow model, option B is land cover model, option C is boundary model, and option D is terrain model. So the software is in short form it is called as HECRAS. Why? Because it is developed by the HEC Hydrologic Engineering Center, which is situated at America, California State, Davis, and the short form of the software is RAS or River Analysis System. Now the correct option is option D, terrain. Okay. Now let's move on to what next MCQ or multiple choice question. But one option will be correct again. Algae bacteria symbiosis happens inside which one of the following oxidation ponds? Option A, stabilization pond. Option B, aerobic pond. Option C, facultative pond. And option D is anaerobic pond. The correct option is option C, facultative pond. Facultative pond is the type of oxidation pond where algae bacteria symbiosis happen. It doesn't happen in the other ponds. Hopefully everyone is able to access the uh, which is called the recordings. There are two PMRF TAs. So if you see the recording sheet, all of the recordings are uploaded in our respective YouTube channels. After this session, this link will also be online from tomorrow morning onwards, where you can watch the recording of all the other previous sessions also. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. Next MCQ is HERAS, which is called as the Reverse Analysis System software developed by the Hydrologic Engineering Center, Davis, California, US, does not allow the performance of which one of the below models? Option A is sediment transportation, option B is ecosystem restoration, option C is water temperature, and option D is water quality. HECRA software that we just saw in another question earlier does not allow the performance of which one from the below models? The answer is option B, ecosystem restoration is the correct option. It cannot be modeled in HECRA software. All of the other three options, sediment transportation, water temperature, and water quality, can be modeled in HECRA system. Okay. Now, next is match the types of secondary treatments with their descriptions. In the left-hand column, three different secondary treatment types are mentioned, namely activated sludge process, stabilization ponds, and attached growth systems. Their descriptions are provided in the right-hand column. You have to match the PQR along with their correct descriptions, and the answer is 3 to 1, which is the correct order. So in case of activated sludge process, sewage containing organic matter is aerated in an aeration basin. In case of stabilization ponds, flow through earthen basins occur. And in case of attached growth systems, large porous beds with filter media facilitating aerobic bacteria growth are present. Okay, so these are their correct descriptions of secondary treatment types. Now we'll move on to our next column matching question. You have to match the HEC techniques of dual drainage approach with respect to their appropriate descriptions. So in the left hand column, different HEC techniques are provided, namely GORAS HEC, HMS HEC, and GOHMS HEC. And their appropriate descriptions are provided in the right hand column. You have to match. HEC we just have seen in one of the earlier questions. It is the hydrologic engineering center, which is located at the Davis city of California, California state of United States of America. Okay, now the correct order is 2, 3, 1. GORAS aids in processing geospatial data. HMS is facilitates the hydrological modeling of watersheds. GeoHMS uses ArcGIS and spatial analyst extension. The HMS is quite obvious. There is no geo thing associated. So hydrological modeling system or hydrological modeling software of watersheds is the full form of the HMS. Now, whenever this HMS uses ArcGIS and spatial analysis extension, then it becomes GeoHMS. RAS or reverse analysis system that we have seen earlier, when it also aids in processing geospatial data, then it is that RAS HEC is known as GeoRAS HEC. Okay, quite simple enough. Now we'll move on to our next MCQ. Water from the sequencing batch reactor or SBR cannot be used for which one among the following purposes? Option A, car washing, option B, drinking, option C, gardening, and option D is landscape. SBR water cannot be used for drinking purposes. So option B is the correct answer. Next MCQ is maximizing the local filtration in the water sensitive urban developments helps in avoiding which one of the following? Option A, poor water quality. Option B, reduced flooding problems. Option C, increased impervious areas. And option D is minimized use of piped drainage system. So the correct answer is option A, poor water quality. Now the next MCQ is inside of a membrane bioreactor or MBR, the process of pumping permeate water back to the membrane is termed as membrane backwashing, air backwashing, anti-fouling, intermittent permeation. Which one of the following is true in case of membrane bioreactor? So the answer is option A. Inside of a MBR, the process of pumping permeate water back to the membrane is termed as membrane backwashing. Our next MCQ is storage of stormwater runoff on site to allow for sedimentation of suspended solids is popularly called as option A, filtration, option B, horticulture, option C is retention, and option D is retention. Okay, so let us see the correct answer. Retention is the right answer. Storage of stormwater runoff on site to allow for sedimentation of suspended solid is popularly called as option D, retention. Now next is we have to match the stages inside of SBR, which is known as sequencing batch reactor, with their appropriate descriptions. Okay, so the stages in SBR are provided in the left hand column, and their descriptions are provided in the right hand column. So the stages are react, decant, and idle. Now the correct order are 2, 3, 1. So the react stage in SBR is the stage where most of the BOD is removed. The decant stage in SBR removes the clear effluent, and the idle stage in SBR varies with the influent flows and operating strategies. Okay. If the people, for the people who will be watching the recording later, if they are having any questions, they can directly comment in the YouTube video itself, or they can contact me, or they can post it, the query in the discussion forum, whichever way they feel comfortable. Okay. So now we will move on to uh, yeah. Now I'll move on to the last question mostly of our today's session, which is an MCQ. Which one of the following processes utilize phytoremediation and or bacterial colonies in order to metabolize contaminants in stormwater runoffs? Option A is flow control, option B is treatments, option C is infiltration, and option D is remediations. Which one of them utilize phytoremediation or bacterial colonies to metabolize contaminants in stormwater runoff? Okay, so let us see the answer. The correct option is option B. The name of the process is treatments that utilize phytoremediation and bacterial colonies in order to metabolize contaminants in stormwater runoffs. All of the other three processes, those are flow control, infiltration, and remediations. They don't utilize phytoremediation slash bacterial colonies in order to metabolize contaminants in stormwater runoff. Okay. So with this, we end our today's session, and we thank you all of the participants of the course who has interacted with us in the live interactive sessions and also who has taken this course. Hopefully, you have enjoyed the course and it was an enriching experience for you. Uh, all of the best of luck for your upcoming exam. Hopefully, all of you will perform there very well. Okay. So, yeah, good night and goodbye. Happy Dasha and Shubha Vijaya Dashami to all of you.